Pony Club.
Downtown Columbus, the Arena District, on this penultimate night in February. Major League Volleyball marching toward the midpoint. And on the floor, a new Fury signing, Lumi, the brand new mascot for the Columbus Fury on Red Out night here at Nationwide Arena. And the red-hot Indy Ignite are in town. Here courtside, we welcome you with the Ohio State Hall of Fame setter, Audrey Flaw. I'm Neil Sika, here to have some fun. Red out, red-hot Indy in town. They're leading the league. But for Columbus, Audrey, massive win on Sunday against the defending champs in Orlando to end that 5-match losing streak.
Yeah, Angel Perez came over and chatted with us and said he was so proud of his team, and he recognizes that all players on the court have to have a big night tonight if they're going to beat this Indy team. Big night.
Indy's doing it well in so many phases, but a model of consistency. We look at our players to watch, the liberos for both teams. Elena Scott, a hallmark over her last 2 years, really grown into the position.
Yeah, like you said, she's in her sophomore year here in the MLV, and Coach Bertolacci says that Scott is without a doubt one of the most talented liberos in the league with the potential to get better. She's challenging Scott to take up more space on serve receive to free up the pin hitters, and Scott has embraced that challenge. You're going to see her make some incredible moves defensively. And on the other side of the net, Kamila Hiapo, third year as a pro here in this league, and she has shown just such talent as she seamlessly has taken over the libero role after the departure of Jegovic. She had a great match against Orlando, 27 digs, and that is a franchise high.
Her personal best was 33 against Columbus, playing for San Diego. Kamila Hiapo, she's been all over Major League Volleyball in her first 3 seasons, but settled into the position really well as the starter the last couple of weeks. Well, the Fury running with a lineup that they've been going with over the last couple of weeks since Hiapo's been introduced in the libero, but Akasha Anderson has been a really nice piece to help with the supplemental scoring.
Well, no doubt about that. You know, she is slightly error prone, and Angel Perez just recognizes that he has to settle this young player down at times, but he is so impressed with her physicality at the net.
Indy at 10-2 and rolling with the group that's helped get them there. The middle attack has been very strong with Blake Moeller and Lydia Martin, but Member Mena and Cameron Hanna help pace the outsides as Johnny Teeler's coming back from an ankle injury, but cleared to play tonight, and just so explosive despite being undersized at the pins, but they can provide the points.
Well, and don't forget about the setter, Mia Tuaninga. She runs such a fast offense, so when you're undersized at the pins, that is an advantage. So if they can pass well enough to stay in system, Tuaninga is so creative as a setter. She's going to do a lot of things to get her hitters and great opportunities to score.
Mia Tuaninga is 5th in aces, but 3rd in assists per set. And taking over the starting role after she played in Atlanta behind Monserrat last season, but a chance to flourish here, and that's what this league is all about, young talent, and when they get the opportunity to find their window to thrive, doing so, and we've seen examples of that right now with Hiapo, Tuaninga, and the like.
Yeah, and everybody knew Tuaninga, it was just a matter of time before she got used to the league, and this is the year. She is having just a spectacular season, and I believe is one of the primary reasons why this Indy Ignite team is doing so well. It's her offense that she runs.
Great to be with you tonight on Samsung TV Plus and The Rock for our coverage of Fury Volleyball. These two met the second game of the season, and it went 5 sets, including a 5th setter, which was the highest scoring and longest in the brief 3-year history of Major League Volleyball. Are we in store for something like that tonight?
I don't know. I sure hope so, but I have never seen a 5th set like that one. It was incredible. As you mentioned, 22-20, Indy Ignite won that one. Yeah, I sure hope we're in for a good one like we saw the first time around.
Only 5-setter the Ignite have been in all season. Underway after the serve from Evans, but the opening point into the campfire for Ignite.
Well, Anna DeBeer, really good job of right away challenging the drop-off blocker, Akasha Anderson, for the Fury. Takes a little bit off of the swing, roll shot right in front of her.
It's a good serving team, but that's shallow into the twine from Lydia Martin, who had a monster performance, a record-setting night when she was here back in January.
Yeah, and it was the blocks. I mean, she got 11 blocks in the match and 6 in one set, so the Columbus Fury is sure hoping Martin doesn't have that kind of a night tonight.
11 is the MLV record, 6 ties, a record for a set. Lydia Martin. They run Blake Moeller through the middle. And that roll shot from Raina Terry, who's been so good in her sophomore season as a pro. Lush coming off a double-figure kill game, and there's Moeller, who's risen to the occasion over the last several matches for Indy.
Yeah, and right out of the gate, we see Elena Scott making some great digs in the backcourt. Again, number 9, the libero for Indy Ignite, and as you said, sets up the opportunity to run that quick offense out of the middle.
Elena Scott, just over 3 digs per set. That's 5th in MLV. She was 4th in that category in her rookie season. The Louisville native. Punched over by Terry. Cameron Hanna's getting the start. De Beer off the block, and it's 3-1 Indy.
What a great one-handed set by Tuaninga. Ball was tight. She goes up with such a strong right hand and pushes that ball outside again, giving her hitter an opportunity to score on the play.
Cameron Hanna was in Las Vegas last season. Raina Terry looking for hands and off of Moeller.
You're already seeing Indy Ignite challenging the first ball contact for the Fury, but Raina Terry taking advantage of the edge of the block. That's exactly what Angel Perez said he needed his team to do. Hit smart and particularly off the edges of the block.
Tuaninga for De Beer, and that's a deflection off Columbus. So the block touch. Indy extend.
Yeah, watch number 14 and the number of different shots that she has. She's facing a triple block, goes high over top, deep corner.
Great all-around player in Anna De Beer. And that tough injury in the NCAA semifinals a couple of seasons ago. How about the digs there from Columbus? And then into the net from Hanna. Started on the defensive end.
The Fury got lucky on that one. It wasn't the type of first ball contact you want, and then an error here results in a point for the Fury, but certainly we're seeing the service pressure from Indy Ignite.
Hanna would have loved to have had it back. 250 efficiency on the season. Well, that soft set from Tuaninga, and it's long. But put right on the platter for member Mena.
Mena definitely going for the line shot. She typically is able to hit that back corner, missed it long.
Member Mena's season high, 23 here in Columbus back on January 17th. Serve error after Columbus got even. It's 5-4 Indy. Blake Moeller dealt with a hip labrum in her first season in Orlando. So didn't play and came back. Saw 47 sets in Omaha last year. Evans in system, Lush. A complimentary scoring, a double-figure kill game for Lush the last time out. That was big.
Yeah, that's a big swing for her. I'm particularly interested in where Indy Ignite is serving the ball. That one was short to Raina Terry, taking her out of the back row attack option. And then the ball has to go to the outside. So that one worked out because Megan Lush had such a great swing on that ball.
The swing there, ferocious. Member Mena off the block, 6'5" Indy.
She's such a dynamic athlete. Take a look at how high she elevates, and then she doesn't bring the ball down into the belly of the block, really taking advantage of high hands.
Her season hampered last year, ankle injury, missed 18. Pittman Nelson. One of the great finds in free agency in the offseason. There's Hanna on the right for Indy.
Great volleyball right now. You see the slide by Reagan Pittman, and then on the other side of the net, you see the slide. So Pittman has to go from offense to defense and cover the entire length of that net.
Tough to do. Tuaninga amped up on that one, and it's long on the serve error for Indy.
When you're trying that jump top spin serve, if you just mishandle that ball slightly, the ball's going to go helter on you, helter-skelter. So it went long on that one. Hand-to-ball contact for Tuaninga, not precise.
That flat serve from Pittman Nelson. Martin makes sure that the point belongs on the side out for the Ignite.
And this is why Martin is successful. That ball is pushed ever so slightly away from the blocker's hands there. So it's still a quick, but it's pushed back past the middle blocker for the Columbus Fury's hand, and that and what I particularly like about Bertolacci is she wants her team to play aggressive all the time. We have seen this Indy Ignite team do particularly well at the tail end of sets. And she says it's because it's the standard. I want my team playing aggressively no matter what. So when they're faced with these close end of the set types of situations, her team just goes for it. It's just natural to them. They don't tighten up. They play loose. And we'll see if that's the type of team we see tonight should the sets get tight.
A team that made it all the way, Indy, to the championship. That $1 million match last year and lost to Orlando in 4 sets. George Pazgin, their head coach at the time, retired, went back to the Minneapolis area. Out of the timeout, it's 8-6. Mascot gathering in the house tonight with Lumi being introduced. Just got a visit from Pepper, the Ignite mascot, and on the overpass, Columbus was all out of sorts and paid for it.
You talk about the tempo. Even when Tuininga is off the net, she still delivers that ball low. The ball really doesn't go any higher than the antenna. The apex of the ball is pushed all the way out to the antenna, so her outside hitters really have a tremendous advantage. Perfectly. Distance from the net was on point, giving Terry an opportunity to swing hard and off the block.
4 straight start for Anderson serving here. Swooping into the middle, Moeller. And the block is up. And Lush, how about that effort from Scott, but it's going negative. Megan Lush with another kill.
Yeah, Lush getting some big points on that left pin. That was a tremendous cross-court shot. Super sharp.
Fury have fought back to 11-all. And the serve error from Anderson. No team has fewer aces in the league than Columbus. And that efficiency is below 200. But the block game has kept the Fury in a lot of action. lost a lot of tight sets. Raina Terry torpedoes it, but it's wide.
Look at the speed of the serve coming over the net. It is hard, it's aggressive, they're going for it. They don't worry about making errors. They're just gonna give it 110% every time from that end line.
And conversely, Indy 60 aces at second in the league. Raina Terry on attempt number 2 on that same cross quarter, missed again.
This is where someone else needs to step up in the front row, call for the ball, and give Ashley Evans another option offensively to go to.
14-11 Indy, where this 4-game winning streak started at home against Orlando. They won in 4 sets, then had back-to-back sweeps. San Diego and at Dallas, beaten Dallas twice, the team right behind them in the standings, and then at Atlanta on Sunday. They won in 4 sets. Lauren Bertolacci feels that some of the strength that this team, the way they finish sets, which is kind of the opposite of what Columbus has struggled with. They've been right there tooth and nail, and then get into that red zone when you get to 20 points to close out sets and matches, and that's kind of been the difference. Yeah,
and we asked her, like, what makes your team extra special in that particular area? And she said, you know, we just have the courage to win, and we don't fear making mistakes. And I think that's the difference. You know, you're just going for it, and their team has proven to do a really good job when they're in the red zone.
Whacked too long on the serve. So out of the Columbus timeout. Signed out a point. And Abby Walker, the second year. Cambridge, Ohio. Drops that in. To Aninga, De Beer. Good reaction from Walker. And out of system, where De Beer stands tall in front of Raina Terry.
Raina Terry trying to go off the edge of the block. Anna De Beer with her hands facing into the middle of the court and just really does a nice job of sealing the net, not getting used on that block.
A Louisville native, De Beer. There's Pitton and Nelson in the middle offense. The slide for Moeller. Good digs by Hiapo and Scott, respectively. It's a jostle and a mess at the net before Moeller cleans it up for Indy. And they're the first to 16, and the technical timeout here in Columbus. Set 1, where the league-leading Ignite are up 4 on Columbus at Nationwide. Just getting going. As we're winding down February, Major League Volleyball on Samsung TV Plus. Welcome back inside Nationwide Arena. Neil Sika, Audrey Flaw, Columbus here at home searching for that elusive first home victory. The lone team in Major League Volleyball without one. They are a half game better right now than Grand Rapids, sitting in 7th in the standings, but it doesn't separate all that much when you look at how it's played out. All 3 Fury victories on the road. Receiving here, Indy by 4 out of the timeout. Evans. Oh, the Bick is jammed on in there by Akasha Anderson.
Yeah, Anderson's got to feel good about that. Just whenever you get a kill, you know, it just kind of builds your confidence and wanting to get that type of set again. So if Anderson can get hot in the back row, that's a great news for the Columbus Fury.
Raina Terry playing at an all MLV level. Leading the lead in points, second in kills. Serving here. And it's at the passing off mark for Indy, and Pittman Nelson terminates.
You're exactly right. That was the first time that I saw Indy out of system, like terribly out of system, where they had to send a free ball over the net. As a result, big swing there by Pittman.
2 straight for Columbus. Tuaninga, Member Mena. Textbook.
What I love about Tuaninga, there's a lot, but what I particularly love that she demonstrated in that set was the deceptive set. You weren't quite sure based on her hand position, her body position, where that ball was going to go. It's like she tricks everybody, which is a really tough thing to do when you're setting.
On the floor, Tuaninga showing it on the defensive end. Lush going off speed with the tip. Rolled by Member Mena. Yappo got the dig. Pittman Nelson got the kill off the Indy block.
Really like the patience that the Fury is showing. A tip by Lush over the block gets easily dug, but they're able to transition, extend the rally, and it's that slide attack by Pittman that gives them another point.
Pittman Nelson, the kill percentage still pretty good. 10th in the league. That's an ace from Lush.
Lush hits her target, which is Anna DeBeer. You want to put pressure on the back row left side player and really challenge. Elena Scott has not had any errors in serve receive right now, so they're going to be picking on DeBeer.
11 kills her last time out for Lush and 16 digs, and that will repel all the way out off of that block, off the big swing. So Indy sides out, and Mia Tuaninga, it's in her DNA. Brother Josh, outstanding player at Long Beach State and now internationally in Poland. And Bertolacci wanted to make sure she was part of the roster right from the get-go. Kasha Anderson has the answer for Columbus.
And she passed that ball. It was a tough topspin serve by Tuaninga, and she passes it, gets all the way outside, and gets a big swing on the ball. So that's exactly what Angel Perez wants to see from his rookie. She is courageous, and she's taken good rips on the ball so far in the first set.
Second-year pro Jalen Hodge. She was in Puerto Rico last season and comes in to the service line, smokes one, but it's long. 1917 Indy. At 10-2. Lost at San Diego, a home loss to Omaha. That's been it. Kasha Anderson, too strong. Well, that looked like it was in.
Yeah, Raina Terry was, she took off in front of the 10-foot line, and so that's a back row violation. Yeah.
Pumped over by Walker. DeBeer sends Anderson to the seat of her pants. What a swing.
It's impressive transition offense. That was speed in the backcourt and then speed in the front court. Take a look at that replay. That is a sharp cross-court shot. And Kasha Anderson could have had another broken nose had she not had the mask on. So what a rip there from Anna DeBeer. Impressive.
Did take a ball off the face in the outing at Atlanta, where the Fury lost in 4 sets before their victory, part of that 2-game road trip. But Lauren Bertolacci, this is where her team has started to thrive late in the sets, and you've seen them extended here to 4 at 21-17, causing a Columbus timeout.
Yeah, the digs right now for Indy are so good, and they keep the ball alive, and then what they're able to do offensively is still set speed to the pins. And so right now they seem like a very complete team. Great service pressure, great defense, quick offense. So you can see why they haven't lost very many. They've only lost 2 in the league, and you can tell why. They're the real deal here.
Columbus at 31% positive reception. That was one of the things they were concerned about. Only 182 their efficiency here in the opening set. Out of system with that set from Scott, but they regather. Tuininga getting them back on track. But DeBeer misses.
But Scott sent a first tempo ball to the middle, which you never see. So these are the things that Indy, like, yeah, they didn't get that point, but within that point, an impressive play, especially by Helena Scott, to set her middle on a second contact.
And Scott doing what she does best, to the floor with that excellent first pass, and Lydia Martin on the tail end of it through the middle. 22-18 Ignite. They bring on Emma Halter here, the rookie. Second round pick out of Texas. Comes on to serve late in this first set. Right at Hiapo. Raina Terry does get that cross quarter, and a nice job by Evans getting to the net front.
It's a nice shot whenever you can hit that perimeter of the court, whether it's the end line, sideline. That is great because it's really tough defensively. You know, typically you just go for it if it's close. That one, the speed and just the arm of Terry, really hard to read whether that ball's going in or out.
Rookie Maya Winterhoff from Appalachian State. Got 2 sets on Sunday at Orlando. This has kind of been her role. Late set serve specialist. Columbus down 3. Tuininga. Ultimate pick from member Mena on the setup from the Sublime setter.
Right, because the set, you just really don't know where it's going until the last second, because every set, her body looks the same. Contact point is the same. The release slightly different when she's setting back court. But other than that, she doesn't give it away with her body position or hand position when she's setting the ball.
23-19. Welcome back, Ajani Teeler, who played sparingly over the weekend in that Indy victory at Atlanta. Dealt with an ankle injury, but passed the fitness test and good to go. And Ashley Evans says that's good to go down in front of Blake Moeller.
The pass went over the net. Let's take a look at this. Ashley fakes it like she's going to go up and try and set the ball, and the ball trickles between the blocker and the net.
Crossed up to Beer. 23-20. Hodge off. Abby Walker. She's tops in terms of aces on this roster. Tuininga, cheeky. Great defense though. Evans. And then the smack from DeBeer to put it down. Set point beckoning for Indy.
Well, DeBeer makes it look really easy, right? But that is the toughest shot, in my opinion, to hit. You've got 2 blockers in front of you, and you got to hit that sharp cross-court shot, and there's not a lot of room there, especially when that ball is set inside. So just a great talent DeBeer has on that left pin.
Has 5 kills. Raina Terry. Long wait, no signal yet. It's going to be a review from the officials, the up official.
We have a referee challenge, ball in or out.
Michelle Prater out of Atlanta, Georgia. Raina Terry sure thought it was in. And to extend this first set, we'll see.
Yeah, I love that the referee can actually call for the challenge. So they weren't sure, you know, was that ball in or out? And so they're going to take a good look at it, because this is a crucial point, right? If Indy gets it, they get the first set. And Fury really wants to keep this one alive. This is a really big point. They want to get it right.
It's in. It's Terry keeping it alive.
The ball is in.
Team that's won 12 of their last 14 sets. The naked eye view, that did look in from there. Raina Terry keeping Columbus's hopes alive here in the first. After her 3rd kill. Off the slide for Moeller. Oh, sensational, and it's all Tuaninga to put her there at the pin. Indy takes the opener, 25-21.
What we saw was typical Indy volleyball. Tough serve, really put some pressure on the Fury. Fury hanging in there despite not having a great first contact in the first set.
Indy controlling it the way they have often done on this run over 4 straight victories. 25-21, they take the opening set. Major League Volleyball continues on Samsung TV Plus.
Fury fans, Ashley Evans, see you at Nationwide Arena Tuesday night, March 10th, as we take on the Omaha Supernovas. Go Fury.
Get your tickets at columbusfury.com.
Well, I'm Tongan. It's a small island in the South Pacific.
My parents, born and raised American Samoa.
More diversity on a team is just more learning and more growth.
No matter how far, we go to play our sport, no matter how far we go to do different things, that, this right here, our home, is something we always have to cater to and always have to come back to.
And it's cool because you get to see the similarities between each culture, between mine and Mia's versus, Z and Lek.
The 2026 MLV All-Star Match is coming to Orlando. The brightest stars in Major League Volleyball will compete in Edition Financial Arena Saturday, March 28th, live on CBS. Tickets available now at provolleyball.com.
Incredible numbers from a pin attack.
Back row attack and kill. Leah Edmond calls. Dumped over by Tuaninga.
Diaz, Sophia Maldonado Diaz having an evening.
And she's got a whip of an arm.
Scramble from Venegas. Scott got to it somehow. PBR scores. And what a set by Carlson.
Every match is a new opportunity. Every win brings you one step closer to becoming a champion. This is Major League Volleyball, where the sport's top stars take the court to compete for greatness. Keep watching.
Stats here at this point of the season. Midpoint is 14 matches. Columbus, this is their 12th. They did have the postponement back at the end of January because of Winter Storm Fern, but Indy, look at kills per set, opponent hitting efficiency, and the aces that leads the league. Columbus has hung in a lot of matches because of their block game.
Yeah. Well, the season stats don't lie, right? This is exactly what we have seen in set 1. Aces have been a huge factor for Indy. Not necessarily aces, but keeping Columbus Fury out of system. And that has been really the name of the game here in set 1.
Speaking of set 1s, really incomparable what Indy has done this season. They've only lost one first set this year, and that was in the opener against Dallas.
Yeah, and tonight, just in set 1, 17 kills, and the offense is being spread out. So lots of people. It's not one person with a high volume of kills. That offense is spread out nicely.
Red flowing through the stands at Nationwide. Shoveled over. And it got a piece of some hands for Columbus to take the opening point in set 2. But there will be a challenge. Lauren Bertolacci.
Indy is challenging block touch.
We'll see if there was a block touch. So right back to work goes Michelle Prater, our up official. Angel Perez kind of dissecting this one. And what do you think some of his concerns were coming in to face this Indy team, knowing full well you brought up the first contact and the passing game, which has been a struggle at times this year for the Fury.
Yeah, well, when you're facing the best serving team, you realize, hey, just don't get ace. Don't make it that easy. We can handle being out of system. I think his team is nice and physical, and he believes that out of system that they can be smart about how they handle that. What he is concerned about is the number of times Indy is able to run a very fast offense where the block, their advantage, Fury's advantage, is not being an advantage because of how quick the offense is being run. Let's take a look at the replay here.
No block touch.
The ball is out. Indy's point.
So a successful challenge. Indy starts with the 1-0 lead.
Yeah, you would think you'd have to be 100% confident because you only get one challenge, and it's the first point here of the set.
So Fury fans who traditionally stand until the first point will stand again, but they get aced. Columbus does on member Mena with some smoke.
Not only a tough, high-velocity serve, but in between the two passers where very quickly one person has to make a decision on the ball.
11th ace of the year. And that jump and fire right at Hiapo. Slide for Pittman Nelson. Scott was there. De Beer went shallow with the swing. And that mistake leads to the Columbus side out. 2-1, Megan Lush, face of this franchise. First double-figure kill match coming off of Sunday in 6. The longtime veteran. That hits hands from Cameron Hanna. 3-1 Indy.
We talk about the placement of the serve. I'd like to kind of make this a teachable moment. Lush serves the ball in the right area of the court. Middle player for Indy was causing a little bit of a traffic jam as the passer was trying to pass. So even though the point doesn't go to the Fury, that's why that serve was served in that area of the court.
Good off-speed tip, Pittman Nelson, to realize that that front row hadn't slid over enough to defend. 3-2 Indy. Reagan Pittman Nelson, if you've watched Columbus this year, and we've mentioned it a few times, she was contemplating retiring. Well, that's an overpass and goes for the ace. But boy, Angel Perez said, we could use you.
Yeah.
And it's been a huge addition to the middle in what Columbus has done there.
Been so good. And look at this serve right on the money. Lucky to remember Mene not able to handle that ball.
3-all. Here in set 2. 2 in a row, Pittman Nelson.
Love the amount of float that she's putting on it. It just kind of dies right before it gets to the passer's hands. Take a look at that drop there. That's tough. Lena Scott usually has control of those balls.
Had 4 aces. Or pardon, didn't have an ace coming in. Now she's got 2 in a row.
Tuaninga overloading the area behind her. She's got a middle going behind and the right side player. So overloading that area, forcing the Columbus Fury block to make decisions on who they think is going to get the set.
4-all after that Ignite point. Keep it in system. What a dig by Scott. The passing from there was not what Indy was hoping for. Will Fury take the point after that massive big swing from Raina Terry?
Yeah, that was a huge, huge swing. Scott courageously stays in it to try to make a dig.
Much better there, De Beer. Recalibrates for Moeller. Scott flies again. Hanna comes from the back and delivers off the block.
It's a great shot by Cameron Hanna. As you mentioned, just off the block. And the Columbus Fury really needs to be aware of where Lena Scott is. They know where she is. You kind of have to play keep away from her on defense if you want a chance to win the point. She's been wonderful in that left back area.
Michelle Prater called Raina Terry over in the conversation, but Megan Lush will clear house here. Mia Tuaninga. I'm going to get to the bottom of this. Don't know if it was maybe a reaction from Raina Terry that caused Michelle Prater to
competitive spirit.
Give a little warning. Yeah.
It's all good.
Raina Terry has been talking about that competitive spirit. We don't care who we're rolling with. We're gonna we're gonna go out and play to our best abilities and They want us. These are loyal Fury fans, Audrey. They want to give them that first home victory.
Yeah.
Serve error there from Indy, so Akasha Anderson on the side out. Tuaninga, Member Mena, the block Walker. Moeller, unorthodox. Tiapo comes up with it defensively. Scott going out of system, and it sails away on the swing from Member Mena. 7-5 Columbus. Akasha Anderson not on the mark there, putting it in play with the serve. 7-6.
Going for that right back area of the court, missing it wide, but you can see they're trying to play keep away there from Elena Scott and serve receive.
On that reception, Raina Terry. Lush and Walker over on the left. Evans calming things down. Walker off her equilibrium. Lush back in the flow. Moeller sends that skyward like a hot air balloon.
Lush has just such a whip of an arm, and when she gets a great approach, she typically does. Her feet are fantastic to the ball. She elevates and is really able to use the block, and I just love her arm swing. It's fluid and it's fast, and obviously scored big on that one.
And Columbus forcing Indy to call time at 8-6. Their reception has been better here in set number 2. And more impressively, just when they need a response, they've seemed to find it, at least early in matches. And Angel Perez knew full well that this was a back and forth affair the first time around. Coaching them up, they've got a long road trip coming up tomorrow, heading out to the West Coast to face San Diego on Sunday afternoon. But I think he said it was refreshing to capture that victory in Orlando. And when you play well, but you don't see the fruits of your labor after those 5 consecutive losses, to go in to defeat the defending champs Orlando was big for this team.
It certainly was. And, you know, you just you wonder how many losses a team can take and still be positive. But what I've seen this team in practice, I've seen this team respond really well. They believe that they can knock off some good teams. And if you do like a dive into their record and the points that they've gotten and the matches that they've lost so many matches in 5 sets that were so close. So you flip those ones around and the season looks a lot different. But, you know, it's not a could've, should've, would've kind of, you know, sport. You gotta execute when it matters, and that's where they've kind of struggled in that red zone tail end of matches.
And there's a long way to go in this thing.
Yeah.
Not even at the midpoint. Teams exchange serve errors. So Raina Terry give us our 3rd in a row and 2nd for Columbus. 9-8 Fury. Columbus won the first 2 sets on Sunday in Orlando and then prevailed in the 4th. Member Mena pockets it in the corner on the ace.
Incredible serve. Again, just going up and just having confidence, ripping it. And look at the placement of that serve right on the sideline.
That's her 2nd. That's her 3rd. Help with the tape to fall on in. It's a stoic look from Lauren Bertolacci while the bench erupts. It's 10-9 Indy.
Lady luck right there. When you hit it with that much velocity, if it does hit the top of the tape, it will trickle over. 2 great serves.
7th in kills and points in MLV. Lecter Member Mena was at an MVP caliber form last season before her injury, and 3rd time not a charm for 3 straight. Serve error, 10-10. The 32-year-old Lush Sends Elena Scott chasing. Hannah Tihiapo. Reina Terry. Good control by Tuininga near the scoreboard. Scott over on a free, and the Pittman slide is true.
When Pittman and Evans are in rhythm, they are unstoppable as a team. They've got just great sixth sense Ashley Evans does of where Pittman is and gives her the ball perfectly. That's a big swing by Pittman Nelson.
How about that quick flash from Tuininga, where Lydia Martin just repels it over.
Yeah, it's that creative set, the tricky set, the unexpected set. And you see here, you have to have faith that your setter's going to give you the ball. Lydia Martin never gives up on it and expects Tuininga to work her magic, and able to score on that.
Struggle in reception there on the overpass from Anderson, and Hannah making Columbus pay. 12-11 Indy. 25-21 Ignite took set one. Anderson got it back, and with authority.
I love when teammates just kind of push you around a little bit. That's the sure sign that you just hit the heck out of a ball. Watch the Fury celebrate. Yeah, that's the way we want you to hit.
Loved how they went back to her too after the receive error. Tuininga for Moeller. That quick little whip. Anderson almost had two in a row. De Beer threads it through, and the feistiness of Scott again defensively.
We talk about Mia Tuininga, how great of a setter she is. Look at that defensive get. Just never giving up on the ball, just keeping the ball alive. And then, of course, De Beer with a big-time winning shot from the left pin.
Long from Hannah. 13 all. When Bertolacci feels her team is starting to serve better. That was a concern even early in the season. But they'll have their moments, and they go for it. Just like that, playing fast.
Yeah.
Remember Mena.
Great first contact right to number 91, Tuininga, and then she has all kinds of options. Again, runs that quick back row attack.
The second-year pro, De Beer. Kasha Anderson wanted to tattoo that right into Scott, who fought it off. Hiapo out of system, and the swing error. Third time tonight from Anderson.
That's where rookies have to learn how to manage the ball. It wasn't a perfect set. You don't want to make an error. Don't just give the opponent a point based on just a sloppy swing. Just put it in play, see if you can block and dig for a point.
It was steered by Evans. It's found by De Beer coming from the back row. And tip over to the technical timeout. Indy gets to 16 first. Up by 3 of the second set and leading by 1 here in Columbus. Major League Volleyball on Samsung TV Plus and Rock Sports. On a night where Lumi debuts The new Columbus Fury mascot. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that's some sort of a firefly.
Yeah, lightning bug,
lightning bug. There you go.
I like Lumi. Lumi is cool.
Gee, the date was Stinger, too. That's how she was introduced to the crown. Columbus Blue Jackets mascot. Crowd loved it here at Nationwide. National Hockey League back underway out of the Olympic break. Dual home. A block from Terry. Just a little bit tardy getting there, and it falls in front.
Yeah, tardy getting there because, again, the speed of the offense, running that back row attack, even when Tuaninga is running to the left front area of the court, and the speed of that back row attack, trusting that the set will come. Anna DeBeer fully committing on it. Great attack.
After an early lead in this second set, Columbus now sees Indy up by 4. Member Mena and Hiapo. Vicious swing initially from Terry. Scott's been all over the floor. Tuaninga off speed, Member Mena. And right now, Ignite are rolling.
Yeah, Member Mena recognizes the defense is back on their heels, waiting for one of her bombs to come over the net, and then well-placed tip. She tips on a perfect set, so it's disguised. At the last minute, she drops her elbow, hand open, and perfectly placed right over top of the block.
The lead grows to 5 in this second set, and the Indy Ignite have themselves an 18-13 lead, winners of 4 in a row, looking for the benchmark of 5, which has not happened yet in their young history. But when you look at the stellar numbers of how they've played, and you also know they can pass the eye test despite not being all that big on the outside with their hitters. They haven't even needed Ashani Teeler tonight with what they've done so far.
Right, and it's a sign of just superb high-level ball control. And I think if you have that kind of first ball contact, whether it be on serve, receive, or defensively, and then you've got, again, we talk about it all night long about how fast Tuaninga sets the ball and that the hitters are committing to those lower sets. You know, it's a beautifully played style of play that we're seeing from Indy Ignite.
Serve error from DeBeer. So that ends the run from Ignite, 18-14. Their reception really good, 48%. Tuaninga, Member Mena, good block, they were ready for it. Walker and Raina Terry. That one off fingertips. Roll shot, Megan Lush. I'm going to say there was someone in the net.
Well, Indy Ignite is saying it was outside of the antenna, so I think they're going to challenge it, but...
So the MLV replay system with the ball in, but did it go off of the antenna? Another word with Michelle Prater, Megan Lush. Had that swing. Will be a challenge here. It awarded the point to Indy, so this is Columbus's challenge.
Is challenging antenna touch.
The point was actually awarded to the Fury, ball in, and Indy Ignite is challenging that there was an antenna touch or the ball was hit outside of the antenna. Now, I did not see the antenna touch. However, this is not the best vantage point I have to see whether or not it hit the antenna. We'll get a second look at this.
The point stays with Indy. They had initially awarded that to Indy.
Antenna, point Indy.
And Columbus was challenging that it didn't hit the antenna, so it's unsuccessful. Bill Thornburg's giving further assessment to Megan Lush, the down official. 19-14. Moeller serves. Raina Terry. Jostled loose by Member Mena. Lydia Martin over there to shadow Abby Walker. Now helps with Tuaninga on the block. Terry's roll shot. Martin with the joust at the net. Member Mena and Walker fight it off. What resiliency, the joust at the net, and it will go Indy's way after Lush's fine efforts late on the left. (20-14) Ignite. Hasn't been a heavy block game yet for either team, just one. It belongs to Ignite. Well, the attack error from Raina Terry. Done a really good job taking command of her swings. I think 221 in her sophomore season, but right now things are loose for Columbus, and it's 21-14 Ignite.
Yeah, when you're attempting to hit the line, the ball has to be placed perfectly outside the blocker's hand and inside the antenna. And that time, Raina Terry was going inside the court on her approach, really trying to force that ball down the line. Line was open, but the set did not allow her to easily swing line. So good attempts, but out of bounds. So yeah, Indy Ignite looks like they are in complete control of this second set.
But Columbus started this second set well, Audrey. So where do you think things kind of switched around? Has it been that reception game of Indy and
I really
their
think,
offense? Where do you think this thing changed in the second set?
I think Indy just wears you down, right? They just keep playing defense. They never give up. I mean, if you extend the rally, it really goes into their favor because they are able to run a fast offense off of a transition dig. And so I think they're just playing better transition right now than the Fury.
They've transformed that transition into a 7-point lead here in the second. Abby Walker shows a little frustration. Audrey Pack has come in for Columbus in the center position.
Yeah, you can't be afraid to set middle, especially on a good pass. Pack comes in and feeds the ball to her middle attacker for a point.
8th appearance of the year. If you watch the post game from over the weekend, she's not shy on showing off the dancing skills, even from the broadcast chair. In the post game. She goes on 2 there.
Yeah, doing the gritty, right? Yeah, I love it. I love it. Yeah, she's just a gamer, right?
Serving here late on. Havili to serve for Indy. Leading by 7. Havili puts member Mena right on a silver platter, and the swing is too strong for Columbus to handle.
Yeah, Havili is another exceptional setter. It's nice when you have 2 that can run the same tempo type of offense. Havili coming in, serving tough, running a great offense right out of the gate.
It's a 9-point advantage, and set point sitting right here on this serve for Indy at 24-15.
Indy plays with a lot of swagger. They get a block, and they have all kinds of dance moves. I mean, you can see where that would be frustrating if you're really having to work hard to get a point in a swing.
Havili. Hiapo. The reach from Akasha Anderson. Lydia Martin rolls it over. Columbus out of sorts, and that's kind of the way the back half of the second set went. Ignite in full command. 2 sets to love here in Columbus. Scorching towards that 5th consecutive victory. The Fury will need a reverse sweep as we hit intermission, with Indy up 2 sets to none and taking the second set 25-15. We'll assess with more coming up from Nationwide after this. Major League Volleyball on Samsung TV Plus.
The 2026 MLV All-Star Match is coming to Orlando. The brightest stars in Major League Volleyball will compete in Edition Financial Arena Saturday, March 28th, live on CBS. Tickets available now at provolleyball.com.
Every match is a new opportunity. Every win brings you one step closer to becoming a champion. This is Major League Volleyball, where the sport's top stars take the court to compete for greatness. Keep watching.
From your favorite athletes to your favorite music, listen to everything you love and so much more with the free iHeartRadio app. From live play-by-play to your favorite game day anthems and the biggest sports podcasts in the world, the iHeartRadio app lets you take it all with you and stay connected to your favorite team wherever you go. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
You've got to get off the couch, off the phone, and join thousands of other screaming fans for a nail-biting, heart-pounding, in-person experience you have to see to believe. It's the NCAA D1 Women's Volleyball Championship. Sign up for pre-sale news and more at ncaa.com/volleyball.
Fury fans, Ashley Evans, see you at Nationwide Arena Tuesday night, March 10th, as we take on the Omaha Supernovas. Go Fury.
Get your tickets at columbusfury.com.
Well, Lumi is lighting up the fans tonight at Nationwide Arena, but it's the Indy Ignite who are lighting up the scoreboard, leading 2-0 over Columbus here at Nationwide Arena. Welcome back to the floor, Audrey Flaw and Neil Sika. Well, the Ignite are first in the league for a reason. We're seeing a great example of what they do so well and why it's paced them tonight to a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, what I'm seeing is tough serving, and then they're just wearing the Fury down right now. They've got great defense in the backcourt, playing exceptionally well outside of the block, and then they transition. Their game is just as fast in transition offense as it is on serve receive. So they are the real deal. They're a lot of fun to watch.
Where does the comeback start if you're Columbus, though, and what you're addressing if you're Angel Perez right now?
Yeah, you got to control the pass, right? Because Indy has such an aggressive serve, but you also have to play better defense, and that starts at the net. We haven't really seen a lot of positive block touches. We haven't seen a lot of great digs and transitions. So really the defensive part of the game and first contact super important right now for the Fury.
One thing that has been positive is the cross promotion in the community that the Fury have been doing recently. Arts and Culture Night is coming up on March 10th when Columbus hosts Omaha, but in the meantime the Fury had a little fun with Ballet Met over the last couple of weeks, and you do a little bit of ballet, we'll do a little bit of volleyball and show off our skills.
It's a lot of fun to watch, and you know, we have a little clip of it, so we will definitely show you that. But the shared values of discipline and practice, performance under pressure, that was something that you see in both ballet and, of course, on the volleyball court. So it was fun for both athletes, you know, the ballerinas and the volleyball players, to teach each other their skills. It was a lot of fun to watch.
Well, we got the mascot party showing off those skills too with Lumi, and all their friends are in town on this ceremonial night, if you will, with Stinger, Rosie Red, Crew Cat. Brutus looks like he could use a little bit of instruction. There's Pepper, the Indy Ignite mascot. Lumi making her debut, but Columbus, the Fury players out in the community with Ballet Met. Take a look.
My name is Francesca. I was born in Venezuela, and I've been with Ballet Met for 9 years, and this is my 19th season as a professional dancer.
I'm Kamaili, or Mai, whatever's easier. This is my 3rd year playing pro, and then my 1st year with the Fury. Are you guys familiar with volleyball at all? Yeah, we've got passing, setting, hitting, blocking, serving, and then all of the little in-between ball control stuff. Okay, ready? Arms out straight. You might want to a little bit away from your body. Okay, ready? Yes, okay, that's so good.
Does it matter your height depending on your where you're positioned on the, how do you call it,
on the court?
The court?
Yeah, sometimes it helps because as a libero I'm in the back of the court, but when you get closer to the net it helps to be taller so that you can go over the net. Yeah.
The basics of ballet, ballet is created in 6 positions, all right? So the first position that we do is with your heels together.
This is the basic of the basic?
It's so impressive, I can't.
From there, it progresses into a lot of things at once.
It's like you're hugging a beach ball, sort of, but we have to keep the elbows up. Third position, just gonna bring one arm up.
Oh gosh. Wait, out? And then in?
Yes.
Okay.
And turn.
That was good.
There you go. That's it.
Oh my gosh.
That's really good.
Do I look like a ballerina? Thank you guys so much.
All right, thank you so much. It was nice to meet you guys. Thank you.
Over the pandemic and since we were able to renovate, and we created the space you were just in, which that studio is now big enough that we can do a production just like we're doing it on the stage of the Ohio Theater. And I think that that's just an amazing thing. This is for the back. We have incredible artists here. And what they do is you'll see pictures on the wall here. That's what they get. And it has to go from that picture into something that a live performer is going to wear. You can come and peek back here. These have been around a little bit, but when they get on stage and the lights, they look absolutely gorgeous and do that. We don't use any zippers in costumes because they can malfunction easily on stage. They tend to break. So we're really back to very, old standards in doing it, but it's also the safest and the most effective. It's just fun to see.
Fury fans, Ashley Evans, see you at Nationwide Arena Tuesday night, March 10th, as we take on the Omaha Supernovas. Go Fury.
Get your tickets at columbusfury.com.
Well, I'm Tongan. It's a small island in the South Pacific.
My parents, born and raised American Samoa.
More diversity on a team is just more learning and more growth.
No matter how far, we go to play our sport, no matter how far we go to do different things, that, this right here, our home, is something we always have to cater to and always have to come back to.
And it's cool because you get to see the similarities between each culture, between mine and Mia's versus, Z and Lek.
Back throw attack and kill. Leah Edmond calls. Dumped over by Tuaniga.
Diaz, Sophia Maldonado Diaz having an evening.
And she's got a whip of an arm.
Scramble from Venegas. Scott got to it somehow. PBR scores. And what a set by Carlson.
The 2026 MLV All-Star Match is coming to Orlando. The brightest stars in Major League Volleyball will compete in Edition Financial Arena Saturday, March 28th, live on CBS. Tickets available now at provolleyball.com.
Every match is a new opportunity. Every win brings you one step closer to becoming a champion. This is Major League Volleyball, where the sport's top stars take the court to compete for greatness. Keep watching.
Club.
Welcome back, Major League Volleyball on Samsung TV Plus. And our match stats through 2 sets look at the hitting efficiency of Indy and Columbus. Really tells the story of what's going on tonight.
Absolutely. 30 kills to Columbus Fury 16. Again, the hitting efficiency. Indy Ignite really demonstrating how good they are right now. Offense is looking crisp, but again, I'm so impressed with their backcourt defense. They're flying all over the court and then transitioning fast out of those digs.
You might have saw Columbus, no blocks, leading the league in that category, but none tonight. That's how good the offense has been on cue. Martin through the middle.
Yeah, we want to note that Pack is setting, Gomez is in the middle, Hodge is also out on the court. So Angel Perez, head coach for the Columbus Fury, really changing up the lineup here in the third set.
You don't have Pittman Nelson, Evans, or Akasha Anderson, who started. And you're looking for any sort of spark to get this thing turned around in the right direction.
My guess is Pittman Nelson will come in the front court. You absolutely need her blocking. I think what we're seeing right now is the other middle that was in Abby Walker, excuse me, for the Columbus Fury is probably not going to be on here in the third set.
Iapo coming off the franchise mark. 27 digs. Raina Terry, 2 in a row.
Angel Perez mentioned to us before the match, we have to hit deep line, deep corners, and go off the blocker's hands. We really haven't seen a lot of that. So you want to put a new setter in to try to give your hitters a better opportunity to use the edge of the block and to hit that line shot.
Pack for Gomez. It falls. Well, Rachel Gomez, who's found sets tough to come by. This is just her 4th of the year, but she did play in Orlando, had a kill for the first time in almost 3 weeks. De Beer pummeled at Lush. Pack came on late in the second set. It's 3-1 Fury. Pack adjusts. Iapo with Raina Terry. Oh, the pancake hand in there from De Beer. Exceptional defensive play, and then Hannah uses the block.
Those types of plays just frustrate your opponent, right? You think, that's a great shot I just sent over the net, and then De Beer just slides her hand under it. Not only do they get a great dig, but then they set the reverse flow and get a kill. So that's what makes playing Indy very frustrating. You think you got a kill, and then you don't.
And that's arrowed into the net by Hannah. Serving's been up and down tonight for Indy. They have manufactured 3 aces on the arm of Member Mena. Tuaninga approaching 30 assists. Oh, did that hit the foot of Lush? What a dig. Doing the splits in the process. Pack for Hodge. Over for Pittman Nelson. After that heavy pass, Member Mena will finish it off after a fine rally there.
Again, I think Indy gets better the longer the rally goes. I think their offense off a transition dig is so fast, and you see that in that last point there, the explosive approach out of the backcourt by the Ignite.
De Beer had 56 sets last year. Hodge says, my bad, it was high. Her swing sails away. 4-4.
You want to manage these out-of-system sets. If you don't have a great look, you want to put the ball on an attacker, get one person out of the play to minimize the number of attackers coming back at you. So hitting error is really starting to pile up here for the Fury.
Quick trigger from Pittman Nelson. Slide from Moeller. Pittman Nelson. That fiery response, as she often does, and comes around the back of Pack.
Oh, Pack is not shy in setting that unexpected set, you know, to set middle. She forces middle, and right now it's really what the Columbus Fury needs. More attacks out of the middle.
Member Mena said, all right, you're going to dig that, and Blake Moeller will make sure that the point is Indy's. 5-5. There's those heavy swings from the hitters. And that first ball contact from Columbus continues to be an issue. Pack and Pittman Nelson. Pittman Nelson taking blame for it. And how you dial it up, it's Indy's point at 6-5. Raina Terry. That's right in her wheelhouse.
Yeah, nice split in the block there. Again, Pack doing a really good job. Take a look at this ball. Look at where the blockers are, right? The ball is, she's able to set either pin, and that time pushes it all the way out. Raina Terry, a great look for a kill.
Moved her back to the left side for the time being with those rotational changes. Feisty from Cameron Hannah, but an attack error. 7-6 Columbus.
Yeah, Neil, that's a great observation. Raina Terry playing opposite of Megan Lush right now. And as we mentioned, Hodge is the right side blocker attacker.
Pittman Nelson. Oh, we're waiting for the block, and it's arrived. And it's one of the league leaders, Pittman Nelson, who comes in first in total blocks and blocks per set.
Such a physical player. See how she reaches over, and then, of course, the celebration afterwards.
Got Lydia Martin, who's second in blocks per set. And coil one up for Ignite. 8-7.
Yeah, sorry. One of the things that makes Martin so successful, take a look at where this ball is set, just outside of Pittman's reach. So it's just pushed ever so slightly to allow her to hit outside of the block.
Yeah, Tuaninga came in 5th in the league in aces. Block game shows for Indy. Member Mena, but it's Martin to claim. Remember, she had the league best ever, 11 in here in January.
That's right, and 6 in 1 set, so she can get it done at the net as well.
Just her first of the night, though, here. Momentarily tied at 8 before the serve error, which is the 7th of this part, and that's the 10th of this affair for Indy. Pittman Nelson. Martin. With that unorthodox leap, and then Columbus's retort is too strong.
Yeah, that is a great attack, though. You want to make sure as a setter you're being offensive, or when you jump to jump set, nobody stays with you. So Pak proving that she will attack the ball. So now De Beer has to stay on her in the front court.
All 9. Overpass, which Martin has fended off. Gomez looking for a second kill. She went into the net. 10-9 Indy.
Let's take a look at this again. Yeah, clearly in the net. Being a little too aggressive.
Remember, Mena dialed up some aces tonight from that service line. Scott out of system, no matter. Converted by Hannah.
Beautiful, beautiful platform set by Lena Scott. Just putting it in a sweet spot. Right side attacker Cameron Hannah just going aggressively, swinging hard cross court.
Well, she was a setter in high school. Elena Scott thrown into this libero position. Raina Terry comes from the back row.
Terry keeping it close, 10, serving 11. Take a look at all the room that Terry has there to swing in that left back area of the Ignite court.
Audrey Pak, rookie out of UCLA. Grew up in the Bay Area. Lydia Martin, wiper blades that right through the middle.
What I like about Lydia Martin is she is always ready. Take a look at how she is up, peak of her jump, waiting for the ball to get dished to her. So she just always commits to attacking the ball out of the middle.
Finished at Oklahoma, began her collegiate career in Virginia at Liberty. Attack error Columbus. Far too many of those tonight. And then the struggles dealing with Indy's serve game. 13-10 Ignite. Pak puts it up. Gomez puts it down.
Again, Pak forcing middle right now. Again, I love the way Gomez is running the route. Doesn't matter where Pak is. She's going to find a space along the net that doesn't have a blocker, and that's beautifully executed by the Furies.
Indy in violation, and Columbus gets the next one, 13-12. Lush serving, forcing member Mena to roll to the back. Pak for Terry. 3 in a row for Columbus to get this thing even at 13 apiece in the third.
And Terry being moved to the left side has proven to be a great strategy right now. 13-13 in the third.
Her selflessness. Can play anywhere on the floor, Raina Terry, in those 6 rotations. Miscommunication on the receive side for Indy, and Columbus has something cooking.
How about that dig by Hiepo? My goodness, no block, and she's just digging in deep. Saves the point for her team.
4 in a row. Well, they need a quick response. Give it to the setter, Tuninga, and she's delivering right to Moeller. 14 all. Lajani Teeler was cleared to go, but she hasn't seen a ton of the floor tonight. She's come in for the second time to serve. And it's off. 15-14 Columbus. Buoyed a little bit by Gomez and Pack. Terry moving to the left. Hanging in there here in the third set. Ace for Gomez. January 17th was her last action before Sunday. But she's found a little bit of a vibe here for Columbus, who hit the technical timeout, leading 16-14 here in the third. Columbus trying to extend to a 4-set. Major League Volleyball on Samsung TV Plus. Columbus fighting for survival here in the third, and so far so good. It's 16-14. And the new additions here to this third set, Audrey, have helped provide a little bit of a different look. Raina Terry playing from the left. Tuninga with Teeler coming on. First real action from that back, and it sets up an attack error from Columbus in transition. 16-15.
Yeah, again, unforced error. Hodge hitting the ball out of bounds. When the set wasn't perfect, she's actually jumping back on her approach. And so that's one where you just have to manage that point, block and dig, and try and save the point with your defense.
Terry looking for hands. Got a piece of Moeller. Indy settles back down. Defense there on member Mena. Raina Terry. But it's wide. That's her second attack error on that swing. Looking down the line. But there will be a challenge.
When you have...
Columbus is challenging block touch.
Looking for a block touch.
When you have undersized pin blockers, you want to go over top of them and go deep line. So Raina Terry trying to go line, hoping to get the hands in addition to swinging line. We say undersized, but these athletes for Indy Ignite, even though they're 5'9", 5'10", they have enormous verticals, and so they're very physical at the net. But when you stand, you know, when I'm facing them and I'm nose to nose with them, you know that they're not that tall. I'm about 5'10".
There was no touch.
Challenge is unsuccessful.
Yeah.
They can jump like they've been sitting on a spring. Remember Mena,
yes.
Lajani Teeler. So no block touch. It's all even at 16. The last two to Indy. On the first set by 4, the second set by 10. Overpass. Columbus punished. Moeller, an easy one.
And you just don't want to get aced. If these balls are coming at you very aggressively on the serve, even if you pass to the 10-foot line, you give your team an opportunity to swing and score. You don't want to send over passes over the net.
Little swivel there from De Beer. Scott gonna get it to the net and off the joust. Johnny Teeler with a rocket. And they say block touch. (18-16) Indy.
No challenge left for the Columbus Fury since they lost the last one.
Great
so,
point.
Yeah.
Marina Terry fights that off. Pack back to her. But another marvelous game for Scott. There's the block from Pittman Nelson, her second of this third set. Side out Columbus.
Yeah, you see when there's a high out-of-system set and you've got Reagan, Pittman, Nelson, you give her the time to line up. There you see how they seal the net. Triple block, actually, by the Fury.
Fury's reception overall is better. That hitting efficiency has struggled. Off speed, Member Mena. Raina Terry with Moeller over, Tuaninga. Pittman Nelson. The kill through the middle.
Well, creativity there by Audrey Pack, faking like she's going to go hit the ball. Take a look at this. I'm up. Oh, I'm going to turn, and I'm going to set my middle. Love that.
On her right in the gap. Jalen Hodge with De Beer. Everyone holding their breath on that joust with Tuaninga and Pittman Nelson. And Raina Terry coming up, but missing. And a few attack errors for her tonight late on. And it's kind of symbolized the night for Columbus in a nutshell. 19-18, it's a tight one here in the third. Indy in search of the sweep and their 5th win in a row. Jalen Hodge. And someone crossed over.
Yeah, back row attack. You have to take off behind the 10-foot line. You can certainly land in front of it. And that time, Hodge's foot touched the line, so it's clearly a violation. Easy point, another easy point for Indy Ignite.
And stepping into the red zone, Indy leading at 20-18. It was a 5-setter, a marathon event back in game number 2. Lauren Bertolacci was concerned with Columbus's size, but the speed and efficiency with which Indy has operated tonight has quelled that.
Yeah, you know, they, again, it's the speed, it's the size, they play as a unit. There's this wonderful rhythm, and you talk about like how ballerinas dance and they have great rhythm. That's what I see offensively, defensively. They're playing as a unit. 6 players on Indy Ignite's team in rhythm with one another, know each other's responsibility. They're playing into their strengths right now, serving aggressively, and again, running that very efficient offense.
16 attack errors tonight for Columbus. In reception here, Raina Terry makes sure there's a pair of hands that she can tousle off of there.
Yeah, that's the edge of the block that Angel Perez said he wanted to see. Take advantage of the lower blocks. Wipe that outside hand as much as you can.
Off the side out and down 1, Columbus. Tuaninga. Member Mena swings on that late arriving block.
It's a great example of overloading the area. You've got the middle going, and right over top of the middle is the outside attacker. So as a middle blocker, right side blocker on the other side of the net, you really have to be patient, be loaded, knees bent, ready to jump after the ball is set.
Anise Havili comes on late for the 2nd set in a row. Sails that serve over. Pittman Nelson puts it down.
Gotta love the energy that Pittman Nelson brings to the court. She doesn't care what the score is. She plays that way, that aggressive, every single point. There you see a great just drop off there, not approaching out of the middle, swings high and hard.
Race to 25 here in the third. Indy by 1. Member Mena gives it a whack. Gomez there. Martin. Well, Terry was flat-footed, and despite the effort to dive, it was always off balance. 22-20. Big night for member Mena. Got 8 kills from the serve line. Megan Lush keeping Columbus close.
Yeah, in this league, you've got to be able to take big rips on the ball when the set is coming from the backcourt. You see Pack running the ball down. Megan Lush, nothing to lose at this point, just taking a hard whack at the ball.
De Beer and Martin are the ones in double-figure kills for Indy. They had high water marks the first time they played the Fury, but 10 apiece. Gomez with Ajani Teeler touching some cord there. And this thing is even at 22. Mia Tuoninga returns. And also Kayla Lund, who's coming back from an MCL strain. Her first action of the night is late in this third set. De Beer with a big swing off Hodge and Gomez. 23-22 Indy. Fire wagon changes for Lauren Bertolacci off that bench. Brings on Emma Halter to serve. 2 away from the sweep. It's still 2 away, and this thing even at 23 on the serve error. Which is the 12th for Indy tonight. So now advantage back in Columbus's favor with Lush serving. Hoping to extend. Tuoninga for De Beer. Big dig, Hiapo. Miranda Terry to the back. Whacked at by Moeller. Huge side out for Indy, and they're serving for the match.
Yeah, great example of Mia Tuoninga forcing middle. She's coming off the net, great tempo, and the trust that the middles have that she could set me the ball no matter where she is. She's crafty, she's creative, she's super skilled. Really like the setting skill that Tuoninga brings to this Indy court.
Tuoninga the serve, and Lauren Bertolacci said Blake Moeller and her game that's risen to another level over the last several weeks has really amplified the middle attack and the efficiency overall for Indy.
Absolutely. She hits slides. She hits the ball in front. She has a lot of energy. Great big personality out on the floor.
Sunday, Major League Volleyball. You can watch Columbus on Samsung TV Plus. They head to the West Coast. That is a very tough turnaround. They'll fly tomorrow to San Diego. It's a 4 o'clock Pacific game, 7 Eastern, with a full slate of action. Every team out there with Omaha and Indy. Omaha's great on the road. They've struggled at home. In fact, a lot of the league leaders, it's been disjointed, seemingly more comfortable away from their own gyms. Everything hanging in the balance right now. After the Indy serve, De Beer. Teeler, Tuoninga, De Beer, game over. For the first time in their young history, Indy has 5 victories in a row, and they continue to be the class of Major League Volleyball, sweeping the Fury tonight.
Yeah, what I'm seeing is every single skill, they're doing it at a very high level. I like the way they cover the hitter as well. We didn't mention that. That last play was a great example. Ball goes off the block. Great coverage, allows your hitter a second opportunity to score. De Beer takes advantage of that and brings home the winning swing for this Indy Ignite team. Super impressed with this squad. 5
straight victories. They've got 3 sweeps in those 5 victories. The Fury swept for just the 3rd time, and they fall to 0-6 at home after they're snapping their 5-match losing streak. Fought tooth and nail, kept it close here in the 3rd. But dealing with injuries and personnel changes. They won't make excuses, but they head on the road. Go to San Diego tomorrow.
Yeah, and if you're Angel Perez, you've got to like when you call on Gomez, Pack, and Hodge. And in this set, you're only 2 points away from beating a very, very good Indy Ignite team. So it'll be interesting to see the lineup that he goes with in the next match. So I really was impressed with Gomez, Pack, and Hodge.
11-2 Indy leading Major League Volleyball. Columbus falls to 3-9. Be sure to tune in to Samsung TV Plus on Sunday at 7 Eastern Fury travel to San Diego to take on the Mojo. Our final score, a sweep for the Indy Ignite over the Columbus Fury. Lisa Cherry leading our entire crew. For Audrey Flaw, I'm Neil Sika. Thanks for watching Major League Volleyball on Samsung TV Plus and Rock Sports from Nationwide. Good night.
Club.